Do you trust maps? If someone gave you a map, would you trust it? How far would you trust it? If all you had to get yourself round where you were, the only thing you had to navigate was a compass and a map, how much would you trust the map? It's essential that maps are trustworthy. If you don't know what's there, you say, I don't know. Look at all the maps that are created by people who actually create maps and how hard it is. I was reading about a guy, Thompson, in Canada, and how he mapped the rivers using a sextant and an almanac from Greenwich to work out angles to stars, to work out position, and timed journeys, rivers, northeast, notebooks of incredible detail to come up with an accurate map of Canada and the northwest of America. But it's all the rivers. So and there's mountains, and he's put those in, but they don't know, you don't know. He says, I don't know. That's a map. That's useful to anybody. Okay? So you've got to trust maps. And we look back at our ancient maps and look at the North Pole, and that's what the North Pole looked like. Okay? It's absolutely certain that the North Pole looked pretty much like that, with a rock in the center and water going down, because Lewe proves that that's the model. Because the map of the world that we should be seeing has the ice of the North Pole at the center of the planet. That the gravity map, the lollipop that we see, okay, with the pressure at the top and the bulge at the bottom, is because of the momentum. So if we forget the magnetic pole switch, think about just spinning that planet faster, and that motion has a positive moment which will lift it. It will just rise up and encompass the ice cap again, the North Pole. And in so doing, the magnetic black rock will reappear, and that the North Pole will look like a waterfall down into the black rock, spiraling around. The idea that maps exist that show this, and that we just go, oh, that's made up because that's not what it looks like now, it's so fucking moronic, so short-sighted, and so ignorant of who you really are. You are an immortal soul. The people who made those maps were you, in different form, different character program, but you made those maps to remind yourself that's what the North Pole looks like. You don't tell lies on maps. And Lewe proves that it's true. Okay, so go back to what I said about thinking about behavior, how you spin that momentum as an experiment, just this, focusing on the pyramid as the bearing, and then you do the work to get yourself behaving excellently, and the planet will start to spin. The lollipop will stop the magnetic pole switch. How's that? It's possible, I don't know. We'll just make the planet go faster, and we'll rise up because of the positive moment we're creating. It's proven by Lewe, and we'll just ride over the North Pole, and the planet will reset. The disaster we've created will all get cleaned up. It's got to happen. Yeah, it's got to happen. The planet's destroyed. It has to be destroyed to be rebuilt now from what we've created. This is how we do it, and we just see what happens. And if we do it properly and correctly with our hearts, I believe that the force fields that are clearly demonstrated to be created through the existence of those monasteries and all the temples, you create a personal force field if you behave collectively with other people, that when the explosion comes, the force of it will keep us a beat ahead in time, and that there'll be a moment of strangeness. If we've really anchored it into our hearts that this is true, we'll be ready for it, and so we'll catch it. We won't get tricked on the other side. We'll go, no thanks. We'll wait for the planet to be reset. Thanks. To any characters on the other side who may be offering other alternatives, saying, I'm keeping my knowledge and I'm going to take it back when the planet's reset. That's what I'm going to do. Crazy story, isn't it? That all this stuff from the past is actually true about the gods. About to meet them. just by accepting this idea of a near-geocentric world. And you can't hide from the truth. If you do, it just gets worse. Welcome to New Earth.